Hi, another little video. What have we been up to? Some highs and lows. So we'll start with the lows. So we've been out using the van as much as we can do. We love being out in the van, so it's always great to be out. Had a bit of a stormy night on Friday, weather-wise, so we knew it was coming. Thunderstorms. Thought, wow, that'll be quite interesting to watch, won't it? We'll sit in the van and enjoy the thunderstorms, hopefully get some lightning, sit up on the top bunk, watch it. That'll be great. No. Obviously a few little beverages before we went to, well, got too tired to stay up, let's put it that way. The show didn't actually start until quite late on, so very early hours of the morning. And Clever Clogs forgot to put his awning away. So we have a Fiamma F45S, really common, you know, lots of people have got them on their vans. I tell everybody, you know, be careful of it in the wind, you know, make sure you slope it if it's going to rain overnight, or ideally you put it away. Yeah, I did none of those, did I? So we left it out. It bucketed down with rain. It was pretty windy. Wasn't the wind that killed it, because it did get battered. It was the water. So I'd left it really flat. I hadn't sloped it off to one side, and it built up with water and more water, and it absolutely bucketed it down. So Wendy was the first one out in the morning, opened the door. There's the awning, looking pretty sorry for itself, quite bent, very like half collapsed. Tried to get the water out of it, collapsed a bit more, broke one of the legs, broke the support, ripped the canvas. Yeah, done a lot of damage, not particularly happy. My fault, laziness got the better of me, didn't do what I tell everybody else to do. So a lesson to be learned. So this is why I say what I say. You know, when we do a handover and we've got one of these Fiamma awnings on there, all right, look, they are great. They are time efficient. You know, you just wind them out, buff, they're done. They are effectively a sun canopy rather than a full-time awning. Of course, I didn't put any guy ropes on it, and the weight of the water really did take its toll. Bent the brackets on the awning. Luckily hadn't done any sort of further damage to either the awning rail or the van, as we bond and screw the awning rails on, so that was pretty good. That didn't damage that, but it did bend the brackets. Yeah, it's done quite a lot of damage. Effectively, as it needs a canvas, it's pretty much written that off. So that's a bit of a low. Yeah, what do we say about that? We'll write that off then, shall we? So that's number one low. The other low, obviously, I don't know, you sort of get a feel of what I am like. I like lowered stuff. So everything I have is normally lowered, you know, car, van, stuff like that. Yeah, we like lowered things. 6.1, that's been a bit troublesome. Yeah, certainly not the easiest to lower. You know, we've done quite a few supporting mods to try and get it down and get it lowered like I would want, and the sort of look that I would want to get from it. No, it's trying to fight us at every step. So Transporter HQ is supposed to be coming out with some driveshafts, which has given us the most grief, to be fair. We're having quite a few little rumbly grumbles from our driver's side drive shaft. That's not a happy bunny. So I've had to lift it up again, which is annoying because the rest of it works really sweet. But the drive shafts on a 6.1 are a little bit different to what has come before. 6s, 5.1s, 5s, you know, they're all fairly easy to lower. Follow the same sort of pattern, you know, same sort of mods, gets you fairly low, gets it pretty cool looking. Yeah, so that low has been not so much of a problem as such. It's just more of an annoyance that we can't get it to run as smooth as what we'd like. I think, like I said, Transporter HQ are going to come out with a solution, and I think that's probably going to be early next year. It's not going to happen very quickly. There's a lot of different variations of these drive shafts that are on the 6.1s, so getting something that's going to work with everything, that's going to be hard. So they might end up being like specific models, and they've got to do lots and lots of different variations and testing and all of that stuff before you can then sell it, which takes ages. So I think in the meantime we're going to fabricate our own. So watch this space, we'll see if it works. I'm going to make a shortened one. Let's see where we are from that. I'm going to start with the driver's side, as I think that's the most problematic for my van. It might be different on others, but for ours it's that one. Okay, so they're the lows. Highs, well, we actually had time to go and get the van mapped. Oh my god, what a difference that's made. That has just transformed this van. So you may or may not be aware, we've got a T6.1 2020 Highline, but it's the 110 version. Mainly because it was such a good spec, I couldn't really turn it down. It's lovely Fortana red, super well kitted out, lots and lots of really lovely options. So the engine, it wasn't my first choice. I would have liked, you know, like a 150 or more, but yeah, 150 is a good balance point, isn't it? So we settled on the 110, and I have been absolutely desperate to get this thing mapped, because sometimes it just cannot get out of its own way. It's weird. Sometimes it feels like it's quite quick. I'll use that word really loosely. It really isn't quick. But sometimes it feels okay. But you get it up onto a dual carriageway, slip roads. We live somewhere where we've got, you know, quite a fast flowing A road, sort of which cuts through Bury St Edmunds, the A14 busy road, and we have to get on and off that A14 via sometimes quite short slip roads. It's a pain. It's a right pain. So we took it to Pendle. Well, actually, we took it to Luke Stevens, who's a Pendle agent. He's our nearest Pendle agent, and he's mapped it for us, and it is like night and day. I can't tell you how much better it is, because it is just literally transformed the van. So different. Punchy, actually wants to pull now. We've put a tow bar on it because I'd really like to pull little trailer, and we've got a car that we will sometimes like to move around as well, so that was always in the back of my mind. This thing is really not going to want to pull that, even though the car that we've got is quite light. But yeah, what a difference. Luke Stevens, really great guy, local to us, out Newmarket way, Pendle agent. Pendle are one of the only ones that'll map the 6.1s, 110s, and from a confidence point of view, from my point of view, for peace of mind, to be fair, he was the only one who was ever going to get the job. There's some horror stories out there with engines melting because the exhaust gas temperatures have been going through the roof, because people have just mapped them willy-nilly without actually thinking about what they're doing, watching what's happening. So to be fair, the only people we were going to trust with it was going to be Pendle, and like I said, our nearest dealer was Luke Stevens. So we were in there for a morning. He went through everything, did a regen before we did the remap. It's on his rollers, so we got a nice printed before and after graph. And you know, everything's running nicely, because it's, you know, everything's running in real world time, you know, on the rollers. It's showing you exactly what it's doing. You can monitor everything, which he was doing. So yeah, absolutely great job. That has been superb. So that's mega positive. The other positive, I think we're nearly done with the van. So this little demo van of ours has been in the making for quite some time, while we've had other projects on the go, other vans on the go. Not enough time to get everything done as we would have liked to have done in a short space of time. So obviously these things do, you know, for us, our own vans, yeah, they do take a bit of time to sort out. So, but we're here, we're nearly done. I'll never say we're done, because we're never done, are we really? Because we'll find other stuff to tweak and modify and change. And if we do, then we'll show you what we've done. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm pretty confident that we're nearly done, and we're in a very usable state anyway. So I'm going to put that in another video, and I'll give you the full tour of the 6.1, the furniture that we've got in it, why I've gone down this particular route for this van, and we'll do all that. But there we go, a brief catch up, what we've been up to, breaking things, modifying things, and not the greatest of outcomes, and yeah, some really good bits. So yeah, there we go. Highs and lows of owning a transporter. Thanks for watching.